Claire, I took it out.
Seriously.
Hey, don't sound so shocked.
Oh, I'm not. I just. Wow. I really did pick the right man. Hold on. Somebody's coming. I have to go radio that. Find the armor, Jason. It's our only way out.
Alright, so the way forward here is through that foam door, but I'm actually going to backtrack a little bit and go pick up a health upgrade that I missed. So instead of coming down here on this conveyor belt, if I had just stuck to the high ground, you can find a health upgrade up here. And I just want to pause to point something out here. If instead of going the way that I do, if you go up this ladder on the left, you can completely bypass the section of the game that I'm about to go through and just get right back to the missile turret room. Now then, if you destroy all these boxes, either by shooting them or using grenades, the orange vent leads to a health pack upgrade, and the purple vent is a shortcut. And I just want to point out that this was a glitch. It's not the first time it's happened to me, but I just fell through that duct, although I did end up in the same place I was going anyway. Anyway, like I said, if you're smart, you'll go up, but most of you will come through here your first time playing, since that's where the blue line directs you anyway. And down here you will find a Dark Trooper. I will be the first to admit that you really should not fight this guy. The only reason I killed him was to prove that it's doable, but really just foam him and run away. Now this is another sort of mini puzzle, except that you're being shot at by rockets while you're trying to solve it, so you better figure it out quick. There's a grenade hatch up here, foam the bottom of it, and stick a grenade to the foam to open it up. And then just follow the path that I'm taking. You can take some detours for some extra items, but I'm not going to get all of those until the end of the game anyway. Once again, the Foamba continues to be a pain in my ass. Now after the two soldiers are dead, this room has another sort of mini puzzle. Although it's not really a puzzle, it's really just teaching you a game mechanic. If you notice those bombas with the grayish white shields on them, they normally electrocute you if you touch them. However, if you shoot them with foam, then you can use them as a platform to jump off of. Now pardon me while I go back for more foam from the infinite foam case, and I do some fucking around in the process, so I'm just going to fast forward this. The idea here is to enter the next room with as much foam as possible, but that shouldn't be an issue for you if you're picking up the foam packs that I've been skipping over. Okay, and this is why I said we need as much foam as possible. This water will electrocute you if you step in it, so what you need to do is to make a foam bridge like so. However, you're supposed to have more than 4 foam because you're supposed to be picking up the foam packs, but I haven't been doing that. So I'm going to be doing this the hard and very, very unnecessary way. And it almost killed me. No big deal though, I'm just going to go for the infinite health replenish case in the missile turret room. That's better. Back to following the blue line. One of the creative things you can do with foam is to use it to place grenades where you normally wouldn't be able to get them, which we already did with that mini hatch puzzle earlier, but now you can find some practical uses for it by sticking it to the underside of this platform and killing the soldier through the floor with the amplified explosion. Now that you have the foam, this save room, and all save rooms for that matter, will have both grenade replenishments as well as foam replenishments. They may not have infinite cases, but they will have pickups along the walls. Anyway, this door takes you back through the factory, but if you go up and do some platforming on these very simple moving platforms, you can find a foam door up here. Now, just as a heads up, just inside this foam door is a Foamba, so run in and punt it right away. I'm not entirely sure what happened here, but I think it foamed itself. So now I just have to wait for the foam to dissolve, or I could shoot a grenade at it. So this is one of the darkest rooms in the entire game, but instead of turning on your flashlight and giving away your position, you can do this room entirely stealthily if you leave your flashlight off. If you can't see yourself, you can just wave your gun around and you'll be able to figure out where you are with your laser sight. Well, so much for stealth, but if you're not stupid like I was here, you can get through this room without being detected. Instead of shooting this guy directly, you can just shoot the wire above him to electrocute him. Now this room might give you some problems. Obviously you're going to want to start off by assassinating the soldier, and then you're going to want to shoot the soldier out on that middle platform and take him out right away. That unfortunately is the least of your worries. You also have a guy with a rocket launcher in here. He's not such a big deal, but you also have a dark trooper, and he can be a pain in the ass. So there he is up on the platform above me. He's actually shooting me through the stairs, which is unfair as hell. The best way I found to take him out is to jetpack your way up the ladder such that you're slightly above him and then shoot down on him so that you can land the headshot. It also pays to be patient and do this while he's reloading. Anyway, with him down, the rest of this room should be pretty trivial. And the best part about this room is that there's actually an infinite health case up here by the exit. Now what I'm doing here is I'm going back for one of the pass keys. This is actually much easier if you have a little more foam than I do in order to make a foam bridge, but you can still manage it even without any foam. So what you're going to want to do, and it takes me a couple tries here to get this right, is to wall jump off of this wall and then double jump using your jetpack up to the ledge. Alright, this is where you came in. Now you want to get to the ladder directly above you. And what I just did there is one of the bad habits that you want to break as soon as possible, where you're double tapping A as quickly as possible when you're trying to double jump. Instead, you want to jump, hesitate for a second, and then activate your jetpack to double jump. So it might take you a couple tries to make that jump without any foam, but I've just shown that it is entirely possible. And it's time for Giant Robotic Tarantula Round 3. Now this boss fight, I want to believe that something went wrong with it, because you would think that you would be supposed to use your new foam ability to take this guy down. But it really doesn't work that way. And on top of that, Chair provided you with an infinite grenade case instead of an infinite foam case. So the way I take this guy down is just infinitely grenading him to death. This is unfortunately not fun, interesting, or exciting, nor is it challenging, so if you know of a better way to take this guy down, let me know, but I don't know of one. By the way, if you jump up here on this center platform, he'll jump up here with you, move over to one side, and if you try to get under him to shoot his underbelly, he'll basically shit on you with grenades. And he is finally down. And one of the things I recommend you do here is to go back to the previous room for the health case. And what I highly recommend you do here is to grab this save room, because if you die here without grabbing this save room, you're going so far back it's even before the spider tank fight. Couple of different ways you can do this fight. You can either drop the bomba on the soldier's head, or shoot the exploding canister, or even just grenade the soldier or shoot him in the head. But what I highly recommend you do is to wait for the Gatling soldier off to the left to reload, pop out and shoot the wire above his head to electrocute him. This room is actually a sort of mini puzzle for later. First, if you come up here, you're completely protected from all the soldiers and you can rain grenades down on them. And then if you drop a grenade up here, the boxes will fall and kill the soldier beneath you. Remember this for later. Can't get through that pathway up there. It's blue, so that means you need the hyper boots, so you just have to go under for now. And because I'm playing on Insane, I'm already level 20, which means that I now have the entire map of the facility despite not having seen it all. This minor skirmish should be self-explanatory, although realize that even though you're sneaking up behind that big guy with the Gatling gun, you can't melee him just yet until you have the armor, so you'll have to shoot him. As for the Devastator, it's actually really easy to kill now that you've got foam. Just foam it, and it both can't shoot you and it can't move. Hop over it and shoot it in the ass. All of the combat here while I'm swimming in this water is completely optional. These guys won't even shoot back, but you can shoot them. And of course, the only shot that lands is a headshot. Go figure. Anyway, moving right along, grenade these doors down here. And inside you will find a giant menacing turbine that will kill you instantly if you try to swim through it. So the solution to this not very difficult puzzle is of course to use foam. It will make your life a hell of a lot easier if you have as much health as possible going into this fight. Not because you need as much health as possible to get through this fight, but because you need as much health as possible to get through the next couple of fights, and you don't have a save room with health packs in it anywhere along the way. So this is your last chance to stock up on health for a while.
That's my ticket out. Nothing's stopping me. Let's see how well you fly when you're loaded down with foam.
You've got another turret set piece here, and this one even shoots foam, and Jason has already given you the solution to this puzzle here through his dialogue. Just foam the fuck out of this gunship until it goes down. So we have some very obvious red death walls in our way, so we can't go that way just yet. We have to go deactivate them. And interestingly enough, this room is completely empty for now. Anyway, hit the button on the console to deactivate the security doors, and then you can get the armor. That's about going to do it for this section of the game. I'll see you in the next video where we're going to be facing off against my least favorite boss in the entire game and finally be getting a new gun.
V5 armor at 50% capacity. 5 key components not detected.
An onboard AI. Awesome. Computer, what 5 key elements are missing?
V5 armor at 50% capacity. 5 key components not detected.
I get that. What are the 5 key elements?
V5 armor at 50%.
Never mind.